Okay, if you work in the events world, you know this feeling. That last minute scramble, digging for a final guest count, a confirmed timeline, or that one approved floor plan. So, why does it feel like critical event information is designed to just vanish right when you need it the most? Well, in this explainer, we're going to figure that out. And let's be clear, this isn't just some minor annoyance we're talking about. It is one of the biggest hidden problems in event planning. It's a deep, systemic issue that quietly creates a massive amount of stress and inefficiency. If you've ever had that pit in your stomach while searching for one last detail, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's the big question, right? It feels so personal. Like, am I just not organized enough? But what if it's not about you at all? What if the way we plan events is actually designed to lose information? We're about to solve that mystery. Okay, so let's start by getting one thing straight right now. You are not disorganized. That feeling of being totally overwhelmed by details isn't some personal failing. Nope. It's a symptom of a broken system that pretty much affects everyone in this industry. Think about it. The default state for event info isn't some neat little folder, it's chaos. A key decision gets made in a WhatsApp chat. The final quote is buried in an email thread with 50 replies. And, a super crucial detail exists only in a staff member's memory. By its very nature, the information is just fragmented from day one. So when things get messy, we all tend to blame the same thing: communication. We think, oh, if we could just get everyone on the same page, the problem would be solved. But that's a classic case of misdiagnosing the illness. We've all said it, right? I am drowning in emails, or there are way too many WhatsApp groups for this one event. We're convinced that the sheer volume of conversation is the enemy. But what if I told you that's not the real issue at all? And this right here, this is the absolute heart of the problem. It was never about the amount of communication. It's about the lack of a central home for all that information. Without one single definitive place to find the answers, every new conversation just adds another layer of potential confusion. What's missing is this thing called a single source of truth. It's basically one central structured place where the client, your team, and all your suppliers can find the final, approved version of every single detail. It's the one spot everyone trusts for the correct information, no questions asked. These questions are the direct symptoms of not having that single source of truth. Every single time someone asks one of these, it's like a search party is being sent out into the wild because nobody knows where the treasure, the correct information, is actually buried. This chaos, it doesn't just appear overnight. It's a slow, predictable process that happens with almost every single event. It starts out small and then just snowballs into a massive problem. Let's break down exactly how it happens. Just look at this progression. It's so innocent at first, right? A casual chat. Then come the attachments. Version 1, version 2, final version, no wait, final version. Then you bring in suppliers. And boom, you've got brand new, separate information streams. Your team gets involved through forwarded messages and screenshots. And the real killer is step 5. Changes happen. But the old, incorrect information, it never gets deleted. It just sits there, like a landmine, waiting for someone to step on it. You see, this isn't just some workflow inconvenience. This scattered information has a real, tangible cost that hits your business, your sanity, and of course, the success of your events. So what are we really paying for all this chaos? And have you ever noticed this strange paradox? As an event gets closer, the amount of communication and the pressure just increase exponentially. But the information structure, or, the lack of one, stays the same. It's an absolute recipe for disaster, and it's exactly why the week before an event feels so completely frantic. First and foremost, you lose time. I'm talking hours upon hours spent digging through old email threads, scrolling endlessly through WhatsApp history, and searching through folders, all just to find one little piece of information that should be instantly available. Then there's the mental and emotional toll. It's that constant low-grade anxiety humming in the background that you've missed something important. It's that fear that a supplier has the wrong arrival time or, even worse, an old version of the floor plan. And you know what? That stress is completely justified because this chaos, it inevitably leads to mistakes. A caterer preps for 100 guests instead of the final 120. The AV team sets up for the wrong stage layout. These aren't failures of people. They are failures of information management. And all of this chaos, it directly impacts your team and your clients. Your team can't possibly work efficiently if they constantly have to stop and ask for clarification. And trust me,
Clients can sense the disorganization, which totally undermines their confidence and just creates a poor experience all around. So, how do we fix this? The solution isn't another app or a better spreadsheet. It requires a fundamental shift in your thinking. It's all about moving away from managing events through an endless string of conversations and moving toward a much more structured, systematic approach. I mean, check this out. This is the real difference between just being busy and being truly productive. The busy pro is constantly reacting. They're searching, repeating, correcting. They've basically become a human information router. But the organized pro, they spend their time executing and creating an amazing experience because they've built an information system that does all the coordinating for them. And here it is, the fundamental shift you need to make. It's this simple. Conversations scatter information while systems structure it. The goal isn't to stop talking to people. It's to make sure the important outcomes of those conversations get captured in a central system, not lost forever in a chat history. Okay, this brings us to the most important takeaway from this entire explainer. It's a really simple idea, but honestly, it has the power to completely change how you run your events and your business. If you've been nodding along this whole time, if you see yourself in this cycle of constant repetition, lost details, and last-minute chaos, I want you to know this. All of these feelings are just symptoms of one single solvable problem.
And that's it. It really is that simple. The problem is not you. It never was. The problem is that your event information has no home. Because until you give it one, a single source of truth, every event is going to feel harder, more stressful, and way more chaotic than it ever needs to be.